Nakitlong ka Ri Khasi. Ngiwan lam shapi ko sngur bakhuit parpashngam. Ka beach aqua. Shpausnem dang yai pinja sliang.
Kalong gaburam ga bakraw ya jylla bahagasin ga baningkong makanla pakanyo da ka Jaka Pynieng ya kali da ka Sdien ne ka rotary parking system da ka jinpli paidba uminti rangba ukonrat ki sangma marjan ba ka additional secretariat menta ka si ka jingla ban pli paidba ya ka ni ka Jaka ban Pynieng yi kali lesi borok weikin kinma pakadai marsanda ka additional secretariat ka balong ru marpusha pat ka office jong ka BSNL ka bahaswa ban tei ya ka ni ka Jaka ban Pynieng kali Desi kalong ke Jaka ke bakapnya bat babun bagi kali Pynieng dagi nongtrai office ni wat ki balik bawan don kam chiki office baper badon shibenta ha ulum jong ke secretariat ha ke jingkran pli ya kani ke Jaka ban Pynieng ye ka kali umentri rangba ukonrat ki sangma ulakam bakalong ke jingtai sana ban penitana chusu ya kanong ba Shillong hi borokowei ya kani ke Jaka Pynieng kali ke Sdien bun mala la te ha ke jinglot ke belong henriu point san klur ha ke bala ban Pynieng hadu san pupra ki kali ha ke ju Khubor ban ke bala ru ban kampen sting ya ke jing kapnya jungki kali ha ke te ke Jaka kani ke Jaka Pynieng kali la te rengkat ki kor ki bor kat kum kani ke juk ke bamenta ke ban pentikna ya ke jing sngan bat bakan pensuk ya ki try ki badon kali ke bapelong ya babun balang ban yoro bat ban purtu ya kani ke jingle jong ke Sorkar kabayay biteng bandon jylla di hakathong man Pynkylla ya kanong ba Jaka Smart City.
Just send this one now. One only.
Our capital, Shillong city. We all know that if you go through social media, if you ask people, everybody will tell you that why the biggest problem that we face is, apart from many other problems, is the congestion and the traffic problem in Shillong. And whoever I meet, especially officials who come from outside, people who come from outside, the first thing they tell me is, why aren't you doing something about the traffic? So this is a common thing that we have all gone through and we all go through every day. But most don't understand that the problem is quite evident in front of us, but the solution is not very simple. Where do we start? What do we do? We can't just simply reduce the cars, we can't simply just expand the road. So we have to work within a limited constraint, conditions, whatever the different aspects are there within the city which are limited in nature. And therefore all these challenges came in front of us. So a multi-pronged strategy was developed to slowly and steadily decongest the city. Of course, first aspect was to figure out what really is the problem. Again, I repeat myself, and I always tell people this issue and this thought process, which is very important for especially people like me who have to work with governance and resolving problems, and of course the whole team, is that we always look at a problem, we look at what's happening, and we think that the reason why it's happening is because there's too much of traffic. But we don't realize that traffic is the outcome or the result of the problems. So what is important for us is to figure out what those problems are that leads to traffic. And hence a lot of things were looked into. I don't want to go into detail and bore you with all those long-term plans we have and discussions we have. But what we're seeing today is just one of the pieces of the solution. And therefore we have a very, very long way to go. But what I'm trying to tell you is that we have a plan. There's a master plan, there's a much broader thought process, and it's not just this one parking lot. There are about 9 or 10 of them, close to about 1,371, if I'm not wrong, parking spaces for vehicles will be created. And apart from that, of course, we have also created parking in terms of a parking policy where any individual who has land and wishes to partner with the government will support and fund them and let them collect parking amounts from that land of theirs with government investment, and government will get a small share. So multiple aspects of parking are being looked into, because we realized that one of the first problems is that people park randomly. People park in places where the flow of the traffic is stopped. And if you tell the people that you can't park, you cannot, and we charge them or we fine them, then the first question they will ask, well, where do we park then? So therefore, all of these are connected. Now that we have spaces for parking, the enforcement of ensuring that people cannot park in certain areas can be enforced. And that's what administration and police, and especially traffic, will have to do their role to ensure that the enforcement is done. Otherwise, this will make no sense. We'll collect dust. So therefore, it's a process which is started. Don't expect that tomorrow traffic jam will be gone just because one parking lot has come. This is a long process, but just to share with you, multiple aspects are being done. Whether you talk of these parking areas being created, whether you talk of space being created in Pynkylla area so that we have more space for the buses and the taxis that park out there so they don't park on the main road, whether it is the hawkers who sometimes are on the road and are congesting the the main road where traffic moves, and hence we have to shift them. That itself, as you know, is a very, very complicated process. Whether it is expansion of the roads going all the way from Umshirpi up to 7th Mile, and then now the project of having either an elevated road or a 4-lane that will connect from the Rhino Museum Point, the Umshirpi Bridge, that junction, all the way till Civil Hospital and up to Barek. So the proposal is already ready. There are 1 or 2 aspects which we are still working on. As you know, we have to take all the stakeholders into confidence, be it the NHIDCL, be it MORT, or be it the RV. There's a lot of work to be done there. But the proposal is at a very advanced stage, and hence you can imagine all these bottlenecks which are there. Once they are cleared, so you can imagine if there is an elevated road or a 4-lane that will come from Anjali Point all the way to Civil Hospital. As I said, either elevated or 4-lane. We are working on both options. Negotiations are on with the RV, so we are waiting for a final call. But what I'm saying is that all of these things are being looked into, whether the fact that we'll be shifting our administration away from the city here and going to the new administrative city, and ensuring that the connectivity that is there to the new city also is done in a way that we look at next 50 years and 100 years in terms of traffic movement, so that there is an ease of flow of traffic to the new city and new administrative city. So there's a lot of large-scale planning. I don't want to go into all of that, but the reason I'm sharing that with you is for you to understand that this is not just a project on its own. It's a part of a much larger plan and a much larger solution that we're working on, and things will take time, but we have made a start, and this is really, really satisfying. this moment to the moment when we'll be having our administration shifting out of the current space and moving majority, if not all, at least 50% of our administration to the new city. I think you will remember today and remember that day and be able to link this entire process and phase in which we were able to decongest Shillong, we were able to improve the overall traffic, parking, amenities, so on and so forth. But I must put on record my sincere thanks and gratitude to the Urban Affairs Department. This would not have happened if the team had not worked. The Smart City team, you've really put in a lot of hard work, and I think in record time, in terms of construction, this has come up. We can all see that it's a very, very technologically sophisticated piece of project, and therefore it was not easy. So therefore all the people who are involved in making this happen, I congratulate all of you. But last and not the least, I once again would urge the administration and the traffic and the police that they must ensure that now that this parking facility is available, and as I said, we'll be having many more, about close to 8, 9 of them are coming up, we should ensure that no more of these parkings are there on the road. We'll be shifting this to these areas, and as mentioned by Dr. Vijay, we'll convert them into walking zones, maybe even cycling zones, wherever we can get space. We'd like to do that because we have always stressed on the fact that Shillong is a walkable city. You don't need to actually use the vehicle everywhere. So if walking facilities are created, spaces are created, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people who will prefer walking, and obviously for health reasons also it's something that we'd like to promote. So once again, I congratulate everyone and wish this project the very best. And once again, thank the team that is behind making this project a reality. I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. Pynlong, Pynkylla, and Jaka.
Get bored and hungry, can't put our minds to rest. Need something quick and easy, got no time to wait. Something delicious, something different from the rest. It's so delicious, delicious. Wanna get something yummy, just get some yummy. Wanna get something yummy, just get some yummy. Wanna get something yummy, just get some yummy. Wanna get something yummy, just get some yummy.
Yummy noodles, the perfect snack partner.
Knock, knock, you about to get shell shocked. Knock, knock, you about to get shell shocked.